Hello everyone, today I will be reacting to this video. I hope you enjoy and thanks for watching.
Gang violence at an apartment complex in Aurora. The video shows men entering an apartment building with several weapons and then busting down a door.
And all of this taking place at the apartment, which had become a crime hotspot in that city. Fox 31's Vicente Arenas was at that complex today as people were moving out, fearing for their safety.
The video shows a group of men walking up a stairwell at the Edge Lowry apartment complex in Aurora. All of them appear to be carrying rifles and handguns, and the video shot earlier this month. One of the men can be seen talking on a cell phone. They all then gather around a door and go in. Another video clip shows men forcing a door open. But what or who they were searching for, not clear. The video was shot in the building where
every day when we come home, we have to do this. Every time we go outside to take out the garbage, every time we try to go to bed at night, we have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
The couple's car and many others here were riddled with bullets after a shootout at the complex earlier this month. The Romeros say the trouble started when a large number of migrants began moving in. They had not been able to move out for different reasons.
We did speak to the mayor's office this afternoon. They sent us a statement saying that so far there are no code enforcement violations taking place at this complex. The mayor's office also responding in part for the Aurora Police Department. They're telling us that the police department here has seen that video.
Oh, this is a slumlord issue. No. It doesn't matter what issue you want to say. Venezuelan prison gangs took over a 99 apartment unit complex, and then instead of sending the money to the landlord, they were collecting the rent. And then it comes out that the city council actually says, well, that's not the only apartment complex. There are several that they have taken over in Aurora, and now they run it all. Now, and you're having broad daylight armed robberies of jewelry stores in Aurora and outside of Denver. Look, Denver's collapsing. Denver has 700,000 people live inside Denver metro area. 70,000 of that 700,000 are illegal aliens. And you think they're going to stay in? No, they're going to bleed out. They're bleeding out to Aurora right now. Where else are they going to go in the metro area?
Oh, I bet the people in Maine love this.
Free rent for some migrants in Maine. Taxpayers there are footing the bill for new apartments built specifically for these newly arrived border crossers. Not only a free roof over their heads, they have at least, wait for it, 2 years worth of rent paid for.
Cool. Yeah, so while we're all struggling to pay our rent, our mortgage, our health insurance, our gas bill, our electric bill, our water bill, our waste bill, our phone bill, and I'm sure I missed a lot of other expenses, why wouldn't we want to fork over more money to help illegal immigrants? What are we doing to help veterans besides calling them folks? What are we doing to help homeless Americans? Are we going to build them an apartment complex? I understand that people want to come here to live the American dream, but guess what? You can't do that off the backs of Americans. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a jacket inside my house, it's because my heat is set at 61. Yeah, because that's about all I can afford.
This brand new building is only for illegal immigrants. So while you're struggling to make rent this month, they're getting a brand new building. While we have veterans on the streets, while we have American mothers in shelters with their children, shelters that are infested with mold and cockroaches. Illegal immigrants in New York get this beautiful state-of-the-art building where they get to live for free for 2 years. They don't have to pay a single dime in rent. In addition to that, illegal immigrants get food stamps, free health care, and as a Latina and daughter of immigrants, I am all for helping people. I am all for helping everyone in the community. But this is insane. This is after the mayor of New York City signed a $77 million contract to house migrants in luxury hotels in New York City. I guess he thought putting them in these state-of-the-art buildings was going to be more cost-effective. And I say buildings because there's not the only one. This is another one, a brand new building that they also gave to the illegal immigrants, specifically the Venezuelan migrants. I don't even want to know how much these buildings cost on top of the $77 million that they already paid for at the beginning of this year. I'm sure any of us Americans would love 2 years of free rent or 2 years of mortgage relief. I'm sure our veterans that are on the streets, that are homeless, that are displaced, will love the opportunity to have stable living conditions. This is not very demure. This is not very mindful. And I saw somebody asking in the comments, where's all this money coming from? How are they getting all this money and allocating it towards this? It's your tax dollars.
Someone can literally invade your home, and this man has figured that out, and he's telling people, you know, some people who have 7 houses already. It's just like, you know, you woke up in an upside down, horrible situation. Senator...
My people, I have thought about invading a house in the United States because I learned there's a law that says if a house is not inhabited, we can expropriate it. I think that will be my next business. Invade abandoned houses.
Guys, this is nuts. So now there are roaming gangs of burglars that are targeting high-end houses in gated communities. Check this out.
The security video we've seen over the past 6 months is chilling enough. Unencumbered and well-equipped thieves knock out glass doors, disable the alarm system, and unconcerned, easily and frankly quite loudly slide a half-ton safe down a flight of stairs before carrying it off in a rental car.
They come in teams with backpacks. Each backpack has a different tool set. Some are the breaching tools, some are the electronics, the jam alarm systems. Very quick, sophisticated actions.
Local, state, and federal officers went to work and put enough pressure on these thieves to head elsewhere, yet they've cycled back from L.A., New York, Tennessee, and Ohio now, and more efficient than ever. Bouchard says the last group of alleged thieves arrested received training in Chile, and they're roving with dozens of others.
Now we know we have teams from Colombia, and New York intelligence has teams, like criminal gangs from Venezuela now.
They rent hotel rooms, Airbnbs, apartments, carrying multiple disposable IDs in case they get arrested. Bouchard says if you're leaving your home empty and quiet for a while...
If you have an alarm, use it. Try to get your devices hardwired. Try to have redundancy of communication.
Share this video and give everybody a heads up, and stay safe out there.
In the meantime, illegal immigrants in California now one step closer to receiving state funds that they could use for a down payment on a home. Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse reports. Hi, William.
Well, Martha, the bill just passed the state Senate. It now goes back to the Assembly, where Democrats have a supermajority, and aides tell me it is likely to pass. The bill makes illegal migrants eligible for $150,000 to buy a new home. Lawmakers created the program so citizens and legal residents could afford to live here. But last week, Democrats changed the law to say this: an applicant who meets requirements for the loan assistance program shall not be disqualified solely based on the applicant's immigration status.
The social and economic benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
So the program provides first-time buyers with a zero-interest loan up to 20% of the home's purchase price. So that's up to $150,000 cash up front for a down payment and closing costs. This year, this $255 million program sold out in 11 hours, requiring a lottery. 18,000 applied, 2,000 got loans. And when a home sells, the state is repaid with a small percentage of any appreciation. The bill is sponsored by a prominent Latino rights group with close ties to Vice President Harris.
What the rest of the America needs to be worried about is the Kamala Harris-Walz administration taking these crazy California ideas and nationalizing them and taking them to the rest of the country. The country can't afford to buy illegal immigrants' homes.
Well, this bill does have a lot of Democratic support. The question is, does Governor Newsom sign it? If it passes, smart money in Sacramento tells me he does.
Imagine being so excited because you just bought a house in this neighborhood. A house that cost around $250,000, $300,000. And you decide to go for a walk. You go for a walk to the CVS that's just right around the corner, and look what you run into. A bunch of white tents. Do you know what it means when you see a bunch of white tents? Those white tents right there are housing probably close to 2,000 illegal immigrants in a neighborhood right here in Chicago. How would that make you feel if they decided to put these up in your local CVS neighborhood? I think where these tents should go, these tents need to be moved on over to the $1 million neighborhoods where the politicians live. Move them right over to your neighborhood. I went to Mike Chicago's house yesterday, Brandon Johnson. I went to his house. There were no tents around his neighborhood. There was a policeman sitting outside of his house, and there were orange cones in front of his house protecting his house. But who is protecting these citizens?
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.